Well, hello everyone. So the last time we created this cell, this parametric cell for a bar scale that would dynamically change depending on what your settings were. So he had multiple variations. And the thing we need to do is create a bunch more to complete the set. So looking at the cell library, there's quite a few of them in here. And do I want to create each one of them inside of the Bentley software, or can I do it a different way so that I can more easily do it like in a spreadsheet? Well, there is a tool inside of this variables dialog for exporting them. So if we export these things to a file, and it's going to be an XLSX file. We're going to export this to, let's drop this into our workspace. So let's go find that location so we can kind of keep this stuff together. There's my workspace. There's my work set that I'm working in. Work sets. And under plan sets, 06 standard cell, that's where we put our cell library. Let's export this out to bar scales .xlsx. Hit save, do an export, and it should have sent that out to a file. So then let's check that folder, and luckily it's in my recent folder. So I am going to let's see, open file location so I can get there, and then open up barscales.xlsx. Let's take a look and see what's in here. So we have units, variable definitions, and we have variations. So it looks like the variations over here kind of fall under the same column heading. So I could put a description into each one of these if I wanted, but I think what I really need to do is look at the list from MicroStation, look at my cells, and then just add in all the rest that I need to create. So let's see, can I shrink this down a little bit so that it's out of my way and stays out of my way? Move this thing, slide this over, get that out of the way a little bit. Alright, so I need to create these cells in this file. And let's make that a little smaller. There we go. So let's just go down, and now I can start just making these things. Just make them, because I think it keeps them in the same order. So I really just need to repeat a whole lot of stuff here. So I'm going to copy this down. Let's see, 3/4 is going to be like 1.5. So I'm going to copy these down kind of similar to this. So instead of 1.5, the next one's going to be 3/4. Then the next one over here is going to be 1/2. And with 3 and 2, the size is going to be, instead of 6 inches, it's going to be 2 feet on this one for the main unit. And the thing we don't really have to care about is the, well, we got to worry about the scale size, don't we? So it's this one that we needed to change. And these two we didn't really have to care about because this one is driven by this equation up here. So I really just need to worry about these three the rest of the way down. So when we do a 1/2 inch equals a foot, that one's also 2 feet. But it's just using the other set of settings. So I should be able to just blank these out for now because I want to make sure those stay. and then just copy and paste these down and repeat until I get down through all of them. So then I go to from 3/4 to 3/8, and then from 1/2 to 1/4, and then from 3/8 I go to 3/16, and I just keep doubling the was that the denominator or the numerator? No, it's the denominator. And just keep repeating. So 8, and then I go to 32, and twice that is 16th. And what do we go to after 16th? We got a 3/64. So we really have one more after that. So copy this line to there. And that's going to be 3/64. And then I just got to kind of double these up every time. So I think this goes to 4 and 4, and then 8 and 8, and then 16 and 16 and 32. Does that look right? Yep, that looks right. So that's 16, 16. Yep. Then I got to repeat that again for all of these other ones where it's 1 inch equals 5 feet. So this one's all the civil scales, so that's 1 inch equals 5 feet. And yeah, I should have copied this just to make my life a little bit easier. And then make that 1 inch equals 5 feet. And that's on the 2 inch scale, and 1 is 5 feet. So these get a little bit easier, because then from here on it just repeats down through all of them. So we go to 10, and then this becomes 10, and then we repeat here. We go to 15, and that becomes 15, and then it gets closer to that one, because then we go to 20, and 20, and then we just go down through here a little bit. Then it goes 30, 40, 50, 60, need one more, and 80, and then it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, and then we go to 100, which is going to be real similar to that one. And then 200 through, let's see, so then the rest of them kind of are similar to that one. So we're going to need 100s, or we need the hundreds and thousands, and then a 10,000. So I just got to really come in here and just add zeros. not there though. Now we got to repeat that for the thousands. And really we just need one more here with double zeros on the end of that. So we go from hundreds to thousands, so let's add a 0. And 2 zeros. And come back in here. Alright, that should get us all of the different scales that we need. So I'm just going to hit save on this file. Then I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to come back over here to my units. So I'll blow that back up. I can close the cell thing. Come in here and come in and do an import. Import from bar scales XLS. I'm going to clear the existing variables and import and clear the existing variations. Do an import, and I should have the full set. There they all are. So now, if I start testing, there's full scale, 6 inches equals a foot. Oh, what happened? Why did it blow up on me? So I am going to Control Z and back out of that. There we go. Let's try it again. Is it working? It's working there. So what we're going to do is try that again. This time import. Nope, I'm not exporting. I'm importing from bar scales. This time I'm not going to import variables, but I'm just going to import I'm going to clear the existing and import all the variations, and let's see what happens. Now I just have one. Why did it do that? Let's try it again. Dang it. That should have imported. Maybe I don't. Maybe I import both that way. Don't clear the existing, just leave it as import. Let's see what happens there. If I do that, ooh, look what it did there. It changed the numbers on my full scale. That should be 2 even, and that should be 1 inch even. That one looks good. Alright, let's see what happens. That one looks good. 361, that looks good. 2. That should drop back. There we go. Now it appears to be working. So I just had to do a few things there. I guess I had to import the variables, but not overwrite them. Now it seems to be working as it's intended. Let's go down here to some of these others. Yep, 50 foot, 1 inch equals 200, 1 inch equals 3,000, 1 inch equals 10,000. Oh, we got a problem down here. We're missing a 0. How's that look? Now we got 10,000. 8, 6. I guess we should test just to make sure they all come in just the way we should. 1500, 11. Let's see, that looks right. 800, 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, 80, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, 3/64, 1/16, 3/32, 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2, 3/4, 1, 1.5, 3, and 6. And full. Alright, looks like everything working. Now let's just fit this cell. So we fit the view, and we save the settings, and now we have a cell that our parametric cell that we should be able to place. Let's now go and open up a file and see how it works. Oops, not that file. Let's go into this test. If I zoom in over here, let's delete this one. Let's delete that one, and we'll come in and place a cell. What cell am I going to place? I am going to place my cells. There's my parametric bar scales. If I place this thing, by double clicking on it, it takes me right in, and I should be able now to pick whichever scale I want to place at. So the 1/8 inch equals a foot, and drop it in right there. And if I later need to change it, I should be able to come over here to the variation and change it. So let's say we were at 1/2 inch instead, and it's automatically changing. Let's try the wider one. So 1.5 inches equals a foot. Yep, appears to be working. Oh, there you go. That's how you create a bar scale that's parametric. So you only have to place it once, and it'll adapt to whatever you're doing. We might want to go back in and change something on that. It looks like the text isn't coming in the right color, so I'm going to come back over to my cell, and I want to highlight these 3 things here, make sure they're on GNOSIMB, and they are bi-level, bi-level, bi-level. And let's fit the view, save settings again, and there you go. That's how you create a bar scale that's parametric. Bye.